Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of post-neo-prelude. Unfortunately, I have to start off this episode with a bit of sad news. The 49er Lounge, which was a wonderful establishment in Omaha, Nebraska, will be closing its doors to make way for a Walgreens. It's unfortunate when the whims of corporations tend to destroy a good meeting place for local artists. It was a place that I had shown some artwork and always heard great music, and could always find lots of inspiration to write. So this episode is dedicated to the memory of the 49er Lounge. Here's to you, and you will be missed. Tonight we are going to be hearing some writing from Jack Kerouac, and also the music of David Dondero, who is one of a musician from the Midwestern region. Jack Kerouac, a little history on him, was considered a pioneer of the Beat generation, the era of writing, along with Allen Ginsberg and William S. Burroughs, who also might be familiar to some of our listeners here. He influenced many great writers, including Hunter S. Thompson, Will Clark, Tom Waits, just to name a few. When he first began writing and didn't quite get the best reception, his early work was called slapdash, grossly sentimental, and even immoral. This was during the 1950s and 60s. But nonetheless, he gained some underground celebrity status, and his work eventually became really well known and is considered important due to the spontaneity of the writing style and the content, which addressed many different subjects, most notably jazz and poverty, travel, and various other things. A poem entitled Nebraska. April doesn't hurt here like it does in the New England. The ground vast and brown surrounds dry towns located in the dust of the coming locusts. Live for survival, not for kicks. Be a bang-tail describer like a shrouded traveler in textile tenement, and the birds fighting in years like burrows, exact to describe and getting dollar signs. The angry hunger, hunger is anger. Who fears the hungry feareth the angry. And so I come home to golden far away. 'Twas on the horizon every blessed day as we rolled and we rolled from Donner tragic pass through April in Nevada, and out Salt City way into the dry Nebraskas, and sad Wyomings where young girls and pretty lover boys with Mickey Mantle eyes wander, under moons sawing and lost cradle and judge of faster passes wiggling by, to ask of young love, was it the same wind of April Plains Eve that ruffled the dress of my lost love, Luana,
ruffled the dress of my lost love, Luana, in the western far-off night. Lost was the whistle
of the passing train everywhere. West roams bemoaning the deep basso, long, long. Was it the same love notified my bones, as mortify years now children? Children of the soft Wyoming April night? Could have been, but was, and the prairie the wildflower blows in the night for bees and birds and sleeping hidden animals of life. The Chicago spitters in the spotty street chaps beans loop girls made eyes at me, and I had 35 cents in my jeans. Then Toledo springtime starry lover night of hot rod boys and cool girls, and wandering in search of April pain, a plain rash of rain will not dispel. This fumigation hell of lovers' lane, this park of roses blue as bees, in former airy poses in aerial, oh, way hoses, no tamarands, and Figgenseen, can the musterand be less kind? Soul, bring forth year, ah, sunflower, ah, me, Montana, phosphorescent rose, and bridge in fairyland, I'd understand it all. That was Nebraska by Kerouac. And I'm happy to report, to those of you that tune into this, we have had some viewer responses, and I will have a guest poet coming to appear on the broadcast and read his own work, and that will be at the first broadcast in February. And in regards to next week, next Monday, it'll be the last broadcast of the month, so I will be featuring some of my own work for those of you who are interested in that. And I kind of liked the awkward pause at the end of the last episode, so I decided to make that kind of this pondering, maybe this feature and the thing where I just do this.
Was just a tender chicken in the Florida rotisserie. My own sweat's basting me, thunderstorms are chasing me. I bit into a lightning bolt, my own tongue began to smoke. I woke up with an empty mouth, watched the watch tick backwards. South of the south, the CSX vibrates the tracks, mighty roar it shakes the shacks. Purple skies and orange moons, plants are confident in June. Humidity, it's thick, you can cut it with a knife. If you like to take a breath here, honey, I'm gonna cut you out a slice. So I developed gills and I moved into the aquifer. Fell asleep in Wakulla Springs, woke up down in Jupiter. Then I moved back to the land, high into an orange tree. It was set for life with citrus, but my body couldn't take this acidity. So strolled down to Miami, tried to find myself some friends. Found myself in South Beach and I met some mannequins who smelled of coconuts and copper tone. Like those smells real well, but as far as conversations go, I guess that it stopped at the start of the smell. It was Elvis and Sinatra, now where's your wallet, man, I gotcha. But now if you're poor like me, they let poor people like me be. They say that North Beach is a war zone, high-rise hotels hollowed out. But now we were living large, we were stepping out in some $30 beachfront motel down south of the south. South of the south. down in North Miami, south of the South. Me and my old lover Terry, south of the South. We were practically married. So I jumped my pogo stick all the way to Ybor City, where they burned up a couple blocks, and to me seemed like a pity. That was once a Cuban district and a center for the arts. It's now a mall-like atmosphere, homogeneous and insincere. They burned its heart right out, down south of the South. So I became a snake bird, an old swamp turkey, and some redneck tried to shoot me, tried to make swamp turkey jerky, but I evaded all his bullets, and I flew into the Gulf, and I jump upon a west wind out to a safer haven out near Alcanis and Balin, down south, south of the South. In the town of Pensacola, riding bikes like we were kids, over cobblestones and brick, a tabby fence, a moonlit bridge. There's a sandlot shotgun shack, tin roof all rusted out, and there's a couch on every front porch, flapping screen doors, ants on the apple cores, hawks boiled peanuts and more, down south, south of the South. South of the South, south of Opelika, south of the South, due south of Tuscaloosa, south of the South, south of old Alpharetta, south of the South, south of South Carolina, south of the South, down south of the South.